Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a tutorial but doing things a little differently. So if you don't like this style, just mute the video and follow along with what I'm doing on screen. It kind of follows the same steps as I usually do in my other tutorials. But today I just wanted to kind of give some advice to beginner artists and people who are frustrated with their work and who can't seem to get their pieces to feel coherent and work out. And I just wanted to give you 5 things that I experience in my art every day. Number 1, I hate every piece I have ever done. And I mean this literally. There is not a single piece that I've not disliked. Even the final product, I've gone through entire pieces. The longest one I've ever done is 36 hours total. And I can still see things that I dislike about it. There are parts that I like about it, and that's okay, but there are also huge problems with every piece that I see, and it still bothers me to this day. But here's the thing, no one else sees those things. It's only me. I am the critic that I fear the most, and there is no worse critic than myself about my own art, and it happens with every single piece. And my advice here is to learn to let go, and I'm still learning to let go as well, but we can all be a little kinder to ourselves and realize that this is a process, and each piece we do, it could be better, it could be worse than our previous pieces, but it is a step in the right direction because at least we did something, at least we completed something. And the only reason I have achieved anything with my art is because I kept pushing through all of those pieces I hated. And that's the most important thing because every piece puts you in the right direction. Number 2, I have thrown away 90% of my paintings, my drawings, my whatever I've done. I am a perfectionist at heart, like many of you, and I will get maybe about to the middle stage of a painting or drawing and end up throwing it in the trash. I've wasted so many trees doing this, and I can't even imagine how much landfill I have filled up with these drawings that could have turned into something if I would have just stuck with them. It's very common for us artists to, like I was saying before, pick apart our pieces, and if you get so nitpicky before the piece is even done, you'll end up trashing potential. It's like a kid. You wouldn't throw your kid out because they haven't reached your potential because they're still a kid. They're not an adult yet. You have to give that painting or drawing time to grow, and you have to be through the process with it, go through the growing pains of this piece because it's gonna suck, and most pieces will suck. But if you can push through that and not throw it away and keep pushing at least until the very end, I think you'll see better results than if you just give up. Which leads me to my 3rd piece of advice, which is every piece has an awkward teenager phase. We all went through it. Everybody goes through it. Even our paintings go through it. It's that weird, zitty, awkward phase that you don't quite like. It's a little strange. It doesn't look right. The proportions are weird. Whatever. Every piece, even this piece I'm doing right here, went through this awkward phase, and I think it's happening right now for me, where I just look at it, I'm like, did I create this? The colors are washed, it looks bad, and this is going back to every other tip as well, that if you give up during this stage, you are giving up on your teenager child in a sense. Like, you haven't given your painting the full potential. You haven't worked on it enough. You're still in the middle phase, and if you stay in that middle phase and quit, you're giving up so much practice and so much potential because you thought in the moment it looked ugly when you have no idea what it's going to turn out like because you gave up in the middle of it. So if we can all, even me, take a step back and stop doing that, I think we'll have a lot more successful pieces. And that's something I'm working at, and I'm trying to finish every piece, even if I hate it. At least I finished it and got through the awkward teenager phase. Step number 4, all these tips are kind of going over each other and reverting back to each other, but step number 4 is don't be a perfectionist. you will drive yourself literally insane if you are a perfectionist, and it's the artist's doom. And I think every one of us is cursed with it, and you want to be perfect. You want everything to be perfect. You want your painting to look like the reference. And that's why I think I gravitate towards pen and wash, is because I'm a perfectionist, but pen and wash does not have to be perfect. Pen and wash can be sloppy and loose and fun. And that's a real draw for me, because I've come from a charcoal background where everything had to be perfect and I was working off references, and I've tried to go for hyper-realism, and that was 6 years of work to get to the point where I feel better about my portraits. Still don't feel great about them, but 6 years of drawing almost every day to finally get in the swing of things where I feel good about them, but they're still not perfect, and I want them to be perfect. And I think every artist wants their piece to be perfect, or else they feel like a failure. And I think that is so normal, but it's okay to step back during your process and say, it's not perfect. And my advice is, even if you don't think it's perfect and you see all the errors, release it. Facebook, Instagram are such good outlets to connect with other people who will see your art for what it is, versus you seeing the pieces you don't like. You don't ever see the whole piece. Other people who view it see all of the parts together, and they don't nitpick at it. They just enjoy for what it is. And so what helps me stop being a perfectionist about it is releasing it online and letting other people enjoy it. And my last and final tip, going back to what we kind of said before, tip number 5 is just enjoy the process. Even if you're hating your painting at the moment, try to find something you enjoy. Whether it be drawing or painting, pick some part that you truly, truly enjoy and focus on that, and I think you'll have a much better experience. That helps me put things into perspective. I really enjoy doing the pen work on pen and wash, and so I know if I can get through the coloring phase, the washing phase where the colors aren't working, but I can just get back to working on pen, and it usually works out in the end, and I find I enjoy my paintings a lot more. They're a lot less stressful. I don't want any of you guys to ever stress about a piece. You will, but my goal with this channel is to create a place for people who are beginning or intermediate or expert or whoever, who can just find fun tutorials that they can do themselves and just have fun with. I've had so many great people send me art that I'd like to showcase, and it's super cool, and I want to continue that, and I want this to be a place for people to feel that it's okay to not have perfect art. Enjoy the process, and just realize that everything you're experiencing, I am experiencing just the same as you, even if I've had more experience doing this, and there's people out there who have way more experience than I do, and I'm sure they feel that same thing. Just remember that your art exists because you create it and you care about it, and I think that you should continue to do so no matter what. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great time with this tutorial. Let me see how they are. Send me them on Instagram, wherever you can get a hold of me. Send me a photo of them. I love to see them. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. That means the world to me. Keep following. We're building a great community of like-minded artists, and I love that. So keep it up, guys, and thank you so much. See you next time.